Facebook. And we're going to be today is going into more detail exactly what we're going to do.
A better way to answer these questions would be to get, an amazing mentor.
I need the link. I'm not logged into my Clubhouse, so I can't do it on there. But I'm going to be doing it on here anyway, so we're going to leave it on here. I've got it on LinkedIn. Hey, LinkedIn. We've got it on YouTube, got it on Facebook. So if you're on LinkedIn, you can follow me on there. It's a better camera. This one here is all scratched up.
How can I call it? A tech mentor to a lot of people in South Asia.
So the plan's going to be today, we're going to drop about 15 different tools that have been used by me, but also by some of the bigger companies, not just the solopreneurs. This is stuff which, if you've got an actual business, how you can really tweak and tune and turn the engine a little bit more, get it to that next level.
How to be more efficient as
anyone who's not on Clubhouse, you need to make sure you are on there. We're talking to, this room has been open for less than 2 minutes. There's already 189 people, 190 people, 200 people now. That's how quick we are.
Really, we want to hear what you want us to cover, and that is basically our intention. And David will make an introduction of himself later on as well. But at the same time, I would love if you.
There we go. See you in there, Steve. It's really, really important to know what you're trying to achieve, right? When we're on things like Clubhouse, we're on Insta, we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, we're going to have that same conversation, but we want to bring it out to more people. More. If you can say it to one person, that's great. If you can say it to 500 people, great. If you can say it to 10,000 people, that's even better. When we're trying to talk to people, mate, it's not my front screen. It's scratched. It's one of these 11 Pro Maxes. If you go to, you're going to be going Clubhouse, LinkedIn. It's because it's my Instagram live, but it's my phone camera here. I might turn it around, but then I can't see who's commenting. So it's a real pain in the ass. But I know what you mean, but it's not clear. Literally, I can clean it up. It stays that. It is just a blurry little mic, it's a blurry camera. So the aim today is we're going to be dropping some key things that we can deliver on that are going to help within the business. Some of this is for solopreneurs. Some of this is for people who've got.
Before we start, we could all, make an introduction of ourselves. David and Swati and Talks, as well as Sammy. I would love for you to introduce yourself to our audience so that they get to know what you do, and so they can give you a follow and maybe follow you into your own rooms as well. So let's do that. First of all, David, please give the introduction.
Good morning, Jan. Morning, everyone. Hey, good to see everyone here. So yeah, my name's David. I'm known as the Sales Angel. I'm a sales and business coach, and I get brought into businesses typically from $500,000 to the 10 million a year stage to help them get their teams more better trained, more effective, to get the processes in place that are needed to really tweak the engine to get up to that next stage. I also work with coaches and solopreneurs when they're getting started. I do this for a number of ways. We've got a really cool interactive coaching platform. I do one-on-one coaching, and I also have what's classed as a Batman service, which is where I'm immersed in people's businesses for a year-long period, where I actually work along with them. So I'm here today going to share some tips and tricks, some hacks that you guys can be using. And these aren't just going to be today for solopreneurs. Some of these are going to be for the smaller business. Some are going to be, okay, I'm at the small business level, but now we're going to the next stage. Now I've got a team, or we've got a team and we're just not hitting the notes we need. So this is going to give you some automation tools we can put inside our businesses. We can really implement and put into the bloodline of the company to get to that next stage within the business. And they're very much the tools that we use that are out there. I'm delighted to be here today, Jan. Thank you ever so much. And I can't wait to get started. Over to, I guess, Swati, or you taking over, Jan?
Yeah, I just want to quickly add, for those of people who's, maybe not met you properly on Clubhouse yet, am I right to mention that this kind of, masterclass that you teach, here, with us exclusively, you actually charge, a ton of money for teaching these, in a one-on-one or group setting. I just wanted people to realize the kind of value they are getting is pretty amazing. That's true, right?
Well, yeah, to give you an idea on exactly what we do. So clients pay me anywhere, one-on-one clients pay me from between 10 and 50,000 to come into their business and work one-on-one. The tips and tricks and the tools that we're going to be talking to today, the idea behind this is to be able to highlight some of the things that we can go off and use within our business. I think a lot of the time in our businesses, we spend a huge amount of our time that we wait to hear what's behind the curtain, what other people are using, what's working for companies. And what we want to make sure is, and the idea behind this, when I spoke to Jan about it, is you've got a great group here. There's a great club. There's a great amount of people that are coming in. And we're all here hunting, searching, looking for that next level. So whilst I can't one-on-one coach everyone out there, what I can do is give people a bit of an inside hack, a bit of an inside tip, a bit of an inside trick on some of the tools that we're going off and using. So if I was immersed in your business and you've just given me £10,000 to do that, my first 90 minutes on our deep dive would end up showing some of these. So the idea behind this is to give you today some free options, some free things that you can go and use, to know where to go and find. Most of these are paid, but instead of you now paying the price of hunting with this one and trying that one and implement it, because anytime we implement a new service, a new skill, a new area within the business, we take a risk. We take a risk on ruining what we're doing. We're taking a risk on implementing with our team. We want to make sure that these products, these services are going to actually work. We want to make sure that our customer experience is right with them. So when we bring some into our business, we want to have confidence in the execution of what these tools can work. And these are rubber stamped. These are some great names that you can go off with confidence and go, okay, that's what we need within our business right now. This is something we can go off and use right now today with confidence. And when we've got confidence in these tools, the way we implement them is far higher. So that's why I'm delighted to come in today, Jan, to share some of these areas. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. I was going to ask, all of our guests to introduce themselves one by one, but I'm getting DMs asking when do we actually start. Gosh, people are quite, people want to work us really hard, David. So, I guess, let's check. So Swati talks Victor and Sammy as well as Peter. If you are free to make an introduction right now.
Hi, everyone on Insta. Hi, LinkedIn. Hi, YouTube. Hi, Facebook, Meta, whatever. I still call it Facebook. We're going to get started. So hang around, get a pen, get a paper. We're going to jump into this. These guys are just going to give us a little intro on what they're doing. There's 5 people. And then what we're going to do is jump straight into what these automations are, what we're using, what our clients are going off and actually using right now today. So think, while you're talking here now, I have automations. There are tools that are working in the background in the business that are making our business more effective, that are helping my clients make decisions, that are helping my clients understand the products, the services, and all the other areas. Someone said to me the other day, he's like, I tell you, when you end up in Dave's funnel, he's just with me all the time. And it's true. We're there all the time. And there's a reason why. We have a huge amount of these automation tools combined with a lot of manual work, which keeps it as a friendly and effective way within the business. It's not about taking us out of the business.
Build stuff, right? So, for whichever, tool that is not covered, and if people want it, we can actually, divert to you. So that's a great introduction. Thank you. And so over to you.
Yeah.
So you.
Yeah, good morning.
Hey, yes. Hi.
Thank you for the invitation to this room.
So this is what we're going to do. Can I message me about how to do the career automation? We're literally going to do a live training for Hey Financial Quarterback. Good to see you. We're on Clubhouse now. If you come into Jan's room or search for me and you'll see the room, we're going to do a full training on this now. It's going to probably take us an hour. We're really going to deep dive on some of these automations. So if you want to drop in, come into Clubhouse, stay on here, stay Facebook, stay Insta.
Thank you so much. I would love to know more tools, about what to use in the real estate sector for sure later on. And Stipsa, over to you.
Thanks, Jan, and very quickly, thank you so much for having
So the plan's going to be breaking down all our areas, our email, our prospecting, what tools we've got in there, how we're going to generate more sales, how we're going to get people more engaged, all the little pinpoint accurate things that we need to get to the next stage in our business. It's so hard to know exactly what's going to work, and all of these are things that we're going to be able to get to that next stage.
Love for you to come and join more often. Good to see you again.
And we're going to be here on these rooms all the time. So we're going to be doing,
definitely lots of tools that one can use. So over to you,
we're going to be using Clubhouse as a hub to be able to deliver, but we're also going to be using StreamYard. And StreamYard's such a great tool. Right now we're here on Instagram Live on this phone, but just on that one camera you guys are on. We're already streaming this through Facebook, through LinkedIn, through YouTube. And the idea behind that is to deliver more people the same information. Because if we can get to that stage, and if you're not doing this with your business now, if you're generating leads, if you're generating interest, for example, if you're at the stage now where you're thinking how easy is it to get this done, it's honestly one of the most simple things to do. Once you've set up with StreamYard and got yourself organized, the impact's far higher. For example, the amount of people that have joined our 197 a month program for the Ultimate Sales Training Academy in the last 2 weeks. We launched this last Monday on a subscription basis rather than people paying off in one go. And I think we've had 14 people join. We aren't promoting it. There's no ads running to it. We haven't outreached to our prospect base yet. It's purely been from people coming in on lives, coming in on live trainings, hearing what we're doing and going, right, I need a little bit more. So when we're talking about automations, also think about what's going on right now. Right now, we've got 100 plus people in Clubhouse. We've got you guys on LinkedIn. We've got you on Facebook. We've got YouTube. Plus, we've got you guys over here. Hey, everyone on Insta. We're literally about to get started in about a minute. So just hang about.
Great. Thank you so much for joining. And next up, we have Peter, and he is...
So we're going to listen to Peter real quick, probably 1 minute, and then we're going to jump straight into it. We're going to be diving in from the start to really find out, to deliver on. I've got a lot of notes because I want to make sure we're giving you a huge amount of tools. Some of these might be tools that you guys are already using. Yeah. So yeah, exactly that. So Steve, on my one webcam now, this is streaming on YouTube, Facebook Live, my Facebook group, and LinkedIn. So StreamYard right now, we're doing on Insta Live here, but on there I've got another 4, and then Clubhouse. So this is going off to... This is going to 5-6 places right now. So the same amount of effort.
So over to you, David. We're really looking forward to what you have to say about the automation of our lives.
Cool. Thank you ever so much, Jan. You're amazing. And anyone who is new to being into any of Jan's rooms, you want to make sure you're following Jan, because Jan does go off and she does deliver some of the best rooms. Not just if you see her in a room, if you see her with her green badge there, you know you're going to hear some big impactful training, information, conversations. And this is what it's all about. With anyone that's out there now, the whole aim about what we're trying to do is to get our businesses to the next level. That's all we're trying to do. Now, there's 2 main sides of this. One, we can work a bit harder. Now, I'm cool with working hard. I think we should be doing everything, though. But here's the thing. There's never been such a good time in our lives, in the history of the world, where you can automate certain parts of your life for certain areas. The big problem that we've got is knowing what to actually do, when to do it, how to do it, which ones are going to work for us, which ones aren't going to work for us. So the idea behind this, and me and Jan were talking in the background, we're saying, how can we impact people to a higher level? How can we deliver to a better standard for the people that are listening in? Now, think about where your business is right now. Whatever you do in your business, whether you're a solopreneur, whether you could be a sales manager, you could be an accountant, you could own a massive business. Where you are right now is based on the information that we've got, the tools that we have, and the expertise that we've got. Now, everyone out there right now if there's something out there that works that you don't know about, we want to make sure we're bringing back to the table. And sales automation, for some people, they have an absolute love for sales automation. Now, that's great. If you are a big believer in sales automation, great. Think about how you can get yourself to the next level. Sales automation tools are there as a software-based solution to help us perform certain tasks. Now, yes, we've all ended up in some funnels where as soon as you've added your name and your email address, you just get bombarded with a ridiculous amount of things. And that's automation done badly. Now, that's a lot of the time is just purely that companies got something set up to try and throw enough crap at the wall, if you will, hoping that something sticks. That's not what we are here to do today. What we're actually looking to do is think, okay, some of those tedious tasks, some of those redundant tasks that take up our time and our effort for us, our staff, and within the business in general, how can we take some of those tools? How can we take some of those tasks and get a better impact, a better experience for our clients, for our customers, for our business, for our team? Because think of it like this. Imagine where your business is going to be in 5 years' time. Now, if you can become 50% more effective within your business, just you alone, what would that do to your bottom line? It's going to make a massive difference. If you've got a team, I'm talking to a team at the moment, they've got 14 salespeople. Now, imagine for the moment, if they're turning over already 9.5 million a year, they're turning over. If we can help their sales team just get 50% more effective over the next year by small incremental changes, a few tweaks here and a few tunes there, the impact that business will have is going to be night and day. So what we've got to work out is what's going to be some of the things that are going to work, whether it's the artificial intelligence, whether we're talking about data analytics, whether we're using machines to learn and adapt to the processes we've got in place, whether it's going to be processes that can take the low-grade jobs that are repetitive all the time to free up staff just to do more things. Now, for a lot of organizations out there, we've got to sell something. Let's just lay our cards on the table. If you've got a business now, you charge for something. Now, your reason you're charging for that product, for that service, is because the value of your product or service is far more rewarding to the person than having the money in the bank. It's going to move them forward. It's going to change their mindset. It's going to get more results. So what we're trying to work out is where you are right now, based on experience, a business itself would find it painfully difficult to just do the same thing for the next 10 years. With your own sales force, with your own marketing department, whether you're a solopreneur, we want to make sure that we're light on our feet, that we're agile, that we're moving in a way that is going to move that business forward in the right possible way. It's especially true when you've got sales teams themselves. If you've got a piece of technology right now that can automatically keep just as simple as in communication with your people, with your prospects, with your teams, you can generate deals just from one simple automation that just lets people know, hey, we're still here. This is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. The big problem we've got at the moment is there's a lot of pros and cons about what you can actually use. The big pros really are it can save you time on those tasks. It can get critical tasks done whilst you're asleep, or when you would normally be working, it gives you the ability to get those tasks done to free you up to do more IPAs, like income producing activities. Or you can bolt some of these on to give you the ability to actually sell to a wider audience. The sales process itself is streamlined to the limit that you know it to be right now. If you knew there was a more effective way already, you'd already be using it. Or the reason you haven't is for some of the cons of automation. You don't want to bombard your prospects. You don't want to take the personal touch out. Humans, customers and humans in general, they want to be treated like humans. They want to be treated in a way where they feel special, where they feel that you care. So what we've got to look at, if we look at that client journey and we go, okay, from where we are right now, at what point in that client journey and what point of the staff journey and what point of a manager journey and a business owner journey, for each part of that and every single day, where are the gaps within that we can either automate, tweak, or just improve to get them or the cogs spinning a little bit more effectively. That could be simple things that just get you in front of more people. It can be simple things that keep people once they're in your feed, once they're in your pipeline to get to that next stage. Now, a key one which we talked to a lot of clients about recently, and the language is called, we class it as web scraping. We're not talking about illegally farming people's data. But if you've got something right now which is good at extracting data in a legal form that you can utilize, rather than having someone manually sourcing this information, there are certain tools, country dependent on where you are, that you can utilize in your business to find the information you need. Now, you've got to find something which is going to be a cost-effective version for you. For example, I could pay 6 assistants right now to go off and compile a list of all the companies out there that want sales trainers. Or I can use a tool that's actually going to source this information in the right way. Here's one of them that you can look up. Look up import.io. Now, this is a scraping tool. It's one of the best rated ones on the market. And what it does, it's got different features within the business. So it can find different data accuracy points. It can actually use things like retail management insights. And what it can do for you, it can give you the ability within your business dependent, to take a lot of what would normally be done under a manual basis, take a huge amount of time and take a huge amount of effort. But where I'd really want to focus our time initially is when we think of the start part of our business. Think about what's one of the biggest parts of your business. For most businesses out there, one of the big pain points, one of the big struggles is lead generation. Generating potential clients for your business that could be, maybe, potentially a buyer of your product or of your service over the coming years, the coming weeks, the coming days, the coming hours, or even right now. So what you want to do is improve that nurture process. So this is one for you to go out and check out. Zoom Info, ZOOMINFO. What this does, it helps B2B, so business to business companies, improve the nurture process. And what it does, it provides comprehensive information on prospects themselves, allowing them to customize different results and their approach, as well as providing tailored offerings to actual clients. So it's a cloud-based platform. And what it does, it integrates into other areas. So anyone right now that's using CRMs like Salesforce or HubSpot, what it'll actually do is that bolts inside the actual tool for you. Now, a lot of these are going to be bolt-on tools, and this is why other areas that you've got with your automation is really important. One of the key ones for a lot of CRMs is things like HubSpot and Pipedrive. And a lot of people have these used at a very basic level. And what we're going to do today is when you go onto something like a CRM, if you go in, and you'll find there'll be a button that will say integrations. Go in and look at what integrations are available for your platform, because there's so many things. There's a bolt-on for this and a bolt-on for that. And if you find 5, 10 different bolt-ons, even if they only give you a 5% boost up, even if they only free up 10% of your time, if you've got 10 of those products, 20 of these products over the next year, but you find that match your criteria, that enable you to get that little bit more, to tweak a bit better, to perform a bit better, to interact a bit better, it's going to enable you to move forward. Other areas that we can utilize, maybe you're looking at things like customer intelligence tools. Now, these are essential for analyzing customer information for you. They allow companies to build more effective customer relationships. What they're doing is they boost customer loyalty, they meet clients' needs, and what they actually will do is they will find the right customers. You want to find out a few key defining factors. right off the bat. As soon as someone's coming in, as soon as someone out there is looking to work with you, as soon as someone's thinking, is this person what I need? For example, you might have a plan to have some type of tool which is going to identify the low-hanging fruit within your business. So when you've got leads coming in, how do we identify low-hanging fruit? And what we mean by that are people that are almost ready to go right now. How would you identify someone right now without them just going, I want to buy? How would you identify a person that is going to be able to that person there, if we just did this, they're going to want to take a product. They'll buy a service. They'll get on our basic package. So these products can help with this first part. Now, Datanyze is one of these. It's DATANYZE. And what this does, it assists B2B companies typically to find and connect with sales prospects, potential buyers, by providing the accurate and correct information. There's a lot of these types of software tools out there, and the majority of them have very outdated information. They don't work in an effective way, and it can actually cause you more of a headache within your business. The sales automation platform provides the information like your email addresses and mobile numbers without you having to leave the browser itself. So sales reps, for example, can export data that they can find directly from Google Chrome. Now, this isn't a high-ticketed product. It's something which they have a load of free options to test it out, but you've also got some real good paid options that if and when it's working well, you can get to that stage. Now, here's the big thing you've got. They actually have a guarantee that with their sales automation tool, that if the information isn't accurate, they will provide you with a refund. And they've actually had examples of this that aren't satisfied. Now, guarantees I don't believe in massively. But if you've got a company out there now and you're sat on the fence thinking, okay, so I could give this to my sales reps to help us find the right information to get accurate. We don't want to outlay this money now and it doesn't work. This can be an extra bonus for you. So check out Datanyze. Next up, I want to talk to you about prospecting, workflow, and outcome. A telltale sign for any top sales team, any big sales team that's doing well, is a buoyant pipeline. So when we're talking about this, and I know there's a mix up with some people hearing the word pipeline. When we're hearing about pipeline, we are talking about people that have shown an interest and they are in your funnel and they're shining an interest that they could be potentially someone who buys your product and service. Now, it sounds simple, but keeping a healthy and full pipeline is not always going to be the easiest thing for you to do in your business. We have a lot of times where you hear about the feast and the famine, and a lot of people are used to hearing this. But if you're used to hearing feast and famine, that's because you're normally going very intensive on prospecting. Okay, we've got loads of leads. Now we're going to sell to them. Then we're going to upsell. Then we're going to manage them. And then we go back again. And we've got to get the motion started. You've got to realize the big problem for a lot of people is that not all prospects are worth the same effort. The vast majority of people that are out there right now that you are looking at, you're going to have a degree of these people that are your ideal customer, which will be easier to convert. You're going to have some that look very, very similar that you could be talking and your team could be talking to for hours, wasting time, becoming less effective because they haven't got the right tools in there. Now, with the rise of things like your sales automation technology, it makes it far easier now for companies to connect the right prospects and nurture them in the right way. One of these is called Lead Feeder, LEAD FEEDER. And what it does, it shows companies and businesses that have actually been onto the website, your website. So it's got a prospecting platform attached to it as well, but actually can have a diverse product line suited directly through a pricing page. But what it also does, it integrates with other sales automation tools that you can be using. So you can link this up with something like MailChimp, and you can have this lined up nicely inside of with your CRM, connecting up your website so that actually we're getting the information that's coming through in the best possible way. And it can feed, when it's done effectively, in a more natural way for your customer experience. Now, some tools out there will be used things like ClickFunnels, but it does have something similar to this. But if you're not using that now, having something like Lead Feeder can really make a big, big difference as you move through in your business. So if you're finding yourself stuck with feast and famine at the minute, looking at things like Lead Feeder to make sure that as this traffic's coming through, they're getting organized and structured in the right way, but coming through at the best possible side for you as well. Okay. So next one I want to talk to you about. If you're at the stage now where you're dealing with inbound and outbound email management, for a lot of people out there, having effective email management is a really essential part of the customer service management to bring people through on a nurture campaign in the right way. You've got to make sure you're controlling the number of quality emails that are going to be sent out to people, but you've got to make sure that the email database you've got, your network of people that you have in your email campaigns are all going to be sent and received in the right way. If you've just got loads of crappy emails being sent out to a base of people that are not effective, it's going to affect so many different things. Now, what we've got to make sure is that companies organize the flow of communication and prioritize the right things that are coming in. So, for example, we can have a series of sales automation tools that are formatting and perfecting the right email strategies and other benefits of the other email management tools, things like allowing analytics to be reported correctly, enabling companies to get the valuable insights that they need, to provide customers with the right templates of the journey that your clients are coming through on. So what we've got to think about at the moment is if you sat down with a pen and paper today and you wrote out your full client journey, at what stage now is what happening? For example, most people out there, they'll have something like MailChimp. Okay, we've got something basic set up. When they do this, we'll send them back. But then if we dive a little bit deeper down that rabbit hole, what can we bolt inside of these different areas that are going to strengthen up things like MailChimp, that are going to strengthen up and use to the capacity of things like your CRMs? Because if you're not using these things to the right level, you can't expect to get the right results. And for the majority of people out there, they're going to a way now where we set up a CRM, your customer relationship management system, so your HubSpot or your Pipedrive. You set up a basic level of MailChimp, and then we just start funneling everyone through. Now, that's great when you first start. But the problem is, as you start to identify different products and services, we want to be able to effectively understand when these people are coming in, at what stage, when these people come in, do we need to move them from A to B or to C? How do we identify, actually, this person now, you could be sending emails out to someone who is for your low-ticketed product, but actually is completely unnecessary, and they need to be moved into a different section. And these tools are really some of the best things that you can use to organize this structure. Now, the warning I have for everyone out there, when we set up automation, don't think that it's buy the product, open it up, and it's going to magically, fairies will come out and just start automatically working for you. Sometimes it will take you extra work to get this set up in the right way. But sacrificing 5 hours now to get something set up right, that's going to work every day for every prospect, for every customer, to increase your conversion, increase your interaction, to increase your follow-up, to get the right people doing the right task, will make a dramatic difference to the whole thing. I give you my assurance. Okay, so we're flying through with a lot of these areas. Datanize, Lead Feeder, all these areas go off today. If you're not sure about how these actually will work in more detail, here's the most simple hack for you. Use YouTube. If you're not sure and you want to see a visual version of any of these, go onto YouTube and type in the name. How does Datanize work? How would Lead Feeder work? And you will find that every one of these companies, any company that's worth their salt, will have breakdown videos that show you how they'll work in your business. And if you're thinking about implementing something, watching a 15-minute video is a great use of your time. And not a lot of people that we talk to are going off and actually doing that. Okay. Jan, go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much for the running down of the list that you wanted to introduce to everyone. I was wondering whether this is a good time to take a 2-minute break because I did get a lot of great feedback as well as Christian, and I thought maybe one of them could be brought